Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Manifest Tarot. I'm so glad you are with me today. And here is our weekly Your Week Ahead reading. This is where we look closely at what is going on right now in your life, and then also farther into the future. It's a fascinating reading. I love doing these readings each week for you. So let's pull 3 piles, and I have this oracle deck, and we're going to pull 3 cards from it for us. Actually, that first one just wanted to come out, and this one wants to come out. They're very insistent sometimes, I've noticed. Here, we have our 3 already. They were just very sure that they wanted to come out. All right, I'll put that aside for now. So let's see, what's pile number 1 today? 26, transformation. We had this card last week, so some of you are really in the midst of a transformation because it wanted to come out again this week. Pile number 2, the gardener. Oh, wow. So if I didn't say, this is card number 26, transformation. And then this is 27, the gardener. And what is number 3? Ooh, the gift. That's card number 23. What a fascinating card. Both the woman with the wings as hair and the swan are red on the bottom and white on the top. She has a gift for someone in her left hand, but she also has a gift for the swan in her right hand in the form of this umbrella. All right, I'm gonna I could just start reading all this stuff right now, but I'm going to put these down here, and I will get some crystals for those of you who like to pick with crystals. I'll be right back. Hi, all right, we're back, and each pile ended up with 2 crystals. So for pile number 1, we have this rose quartz hexagonal point, and we also have the rose quartz oval. There we go. For pile number 2, we have both this green Aventurine hexagonal point and the green Aventurine heart. And for pile number 3, we have this clear quartz hexagonal point and this red jasper. The red jasper has a white dot on it too, which is so appropriate for the picture. Such an interesting crystal. All right, so take as much time as you need to choose your pile. You can pick from the image, you can pick from the meaning that the image gives to you, inspires you. If there's a story that's coming to your mind from one of these images, just go with it. You can pick from the number of the pile, 1, 2, 3. You can pick from the number on the card, the word or words on the card, the crystals. You can pick from just anything, from the specific to the vague. Whatever moves you that's the pile that's going to get some messages to you. So I will leave the timestamps below, and I'm going to see you in your reading. Oh, and I almost forgot. I have the sayings for, the themes for each of these piles. So this is the emergence. Pile number 1, the phrase is the emergence. And pile number 2, boisterous growth. Pile number 3, sly chivalry. So now I'll see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose this beautiful card, 26 Transformation. This came out for us last week and it wanted to come out again this week. So this is telling me that some of you are really in the midst of a big transformation in your life, in yourself. And along with this, we have these 2 crystals, the rose quartz hexagonal point and the rose quartz oval. So we'll put them here. Oh, wait a minute. I keep doing that, but we want them down here. This is the Your Week Ahead reading. So we have an arc and we have inside. So I'll put these up here. And we're going to have one more card from the Oracle deck that we chose the 3 initial cards from. So we just want one more. This one. And we have 2 piles of tea leaves, and I'm going to pull one from each pile. Actually, this one wanted to come out. And then from here, we'll also pull one. I like to be respectful and kind of jiggle them and wake them up. All right, so let's reveal these first. Card number 51, To the Moon and Back. A very thoughtful card. And as I'm recording this, the moon is waxing, so it looks pretty much like this. Not this, not like this, but you know, this shape. So we have this tea leaf, Rabbit. Too much concern with sexual matters. This also came out last week. Very funny. I have been on just bunnies and coyotes are my 2 favorite animals, and I just bought a bunny pillow yesterday. A spring bunny pillow. Very cute. Very, very cute. And then this tea leaf is Dog Close Up, Pleasure with a Close Friend. So interesting because this card, okay, when I start readings, I always look at the bottom card of the decks that I'm going to use. So I look at the bottom cards before the reading, and I look at the bottom cards after the reading, and this was one of the bottom cards before the reading started. And the other, so there was a bottom pile, there was a bottom card, of course, for each of the piles, and there was this one, and then there was the marriage card was the other bottom card. Anyway, that is, it just wanted to share that with you because that's something that happened as I was getting ready for the reading. So I have 3 decks, and I'm going to be pulling some from each one. I'm going to be pulling 4 from this deck. Let's wake it up. Wake up. We've got our theme here, the Emergence. So let's see what will emerge from these cards. Whoa, 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 I see all 3. Or not 3, we're only supposed to be getting 2, but I guess we're getting 3 more. We'll see where that extra card wants to come out. So this, I'm going to pick 3 cards from this deck. This one, and this one, and then let's see, this one. And then I'm going to pick 2 cards from this deck. 3 cards want to come out here too, so just got to do it. Got to pick them like that. All right, we have a whole bunch of cards. We have 2 extra cards, 2 more cards than usual. So a lot of messages wanted to emerge. So for you, so let's see what they say. The first position here is past. So this is your, it says, you know, I say past, but it is much more, there's the first 3 positions in this reading are past, present, and future. But this past is the recent past. Obviously, the present is the present, and this future is the very near future. So very concentrated, 3 little, like almost like a little vignette of your recent past, your present, and your near future. So what is it? It's the Sun card. So we have a moon and a sun right away. And to tell the truth, each of them emerge every day. Each of them emerge for us every day. No matter where on earth we're standing, we see, well, you know, if it's cloudy, we don't see it, but you know what I mean. No matter where on earth we're standing, we see the sun emerge every day, and we see the moon emerge. All right, so this is the present card. The Temperance card. Look at this very interesting card. So she has a puzzle piece missing, but she's missing her head even though the puzzle pieces are there. Very interesting. And then this is the near future. 8 of Pentacles. You've been working hard on something. Pile number 1. You've been working hard and you are really ready to finish this project, whatever this is. And you know this face is emerging, definitely, from her thoughts. Her thoughts are creating this face. It's emerging from the cloth. All right, so we have 2 cards here. I'm going to put both in this position. This is the advice position. So both cards are for this position, and they are the Lovers. Wow. So we have the Lovers card, and we have the 5 of Wands. Very interesting. Doesn't that look like the heart? Doesn't that look like oh, it's a hand. It looked like for a moment, it looked like valves. It looked like the, you know, the aorta or whatever, not valves, yeah, like veins and arteries coming in and out. But now that I'm looking, it's a hand and it's a cup. And you know what this seems like to me? You know, in places where gas or oil or some sort of fossil, you know, fuel is pumped out of the ground, there's flame that is burning all the time to burn off the gases. So there's less risk of an explosion. And this looks like a kind of a, you can call it, I don't know, I don't remember what the flame is called, but you can think of it like kind of as a pressure release. And so this flame right here seems like a pressure release flame to me. Like this person is angry and upset, but this person is not. They're very calm and cool and collected. And I have lots of thoughts about this, but let's reveal the rest of the cards. So we have 3 more positions. We have environment. This next one is environment. This means anything in the 3D. This could be a person, could be many people. It could be a business. It could be a place. It could be an object, it could be the weather, it could be anything in the 3D. And we have 7 of Swords. Very interesting. Very interesting reading for you, pile number 1. And then let us see. There are 2 cards. There's 2 cards for this, so you're going to get 3 cards for your offered resolution. There's going to be 3 cards. So these 2 cards are for the 6th position. This is what might be helping you or what might be hindering you. And whatever this is, it's usually at least partially hidden from you, if not all hidden from you. So like behind the scenes kind of thing. So we have the Tower. Wow. The Tower card. Looks like a mushroom. Or a spaceship. And, ooh, look at all the snakes coming out. And obviously these are going into the water. Maybe they're going to turn into eels. I don't know. Weird. Weird, pile number 1. And this card is the 7 of Pentacles. So wow, you have the 7 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. So this is, I have so much to say. All right, hold on. I'm going to reveal these 3 cards to you. These are in the final position, but then I'll stop, for a second. I will pause and come back after rearranging these so we can see them easily. So we have the Queen of Wands, very nice. Cat versus Lion. We have the Chariot. This is all an offered resolution. It's like, this is what might happen. This is the 5 of Swords. Very, very interesting. So I'll be back in 1 sec after I rearrange this so we can see them all. All right, we're back, and I have to start with this because what's our theme? What's the theme that came with this card? That's the Emergence. So these cards are in the position of what's helping or hindering you. And these things are probably at least partially hidden. So what happens when things become unhidden? They emerge. So emergence is a big thing. So I feel like this 6th position here is really important for you this week. So I can't help but, even more important than the Tower card, I can't help but see this 7 of Pentacles is coming hidden to you after you got the 8 of Pentacles in your near future. So the 8 of Pentacles is something that you have been working on. That's something that you are really focusing your attention on this goal. You're focusing your attention on this goal. You're focusing your work on this goal. You're focusing your energy on this goal. And it's really coming to fruition. But you don't know. You have zero idea that there's someone else working toward the same goal. And it's not, it could be pile number 1, I have to say, it could be that a person is working toward the same goal. What does it mean to you? Does it mean that they are working toward the same goal to help you? Does it mean that it's some sort of rivalry thing going on? I don't know. It's really interesting, and let's read the rest, but I wanted to point that out to you because it's something really important, because we have this Tower moment accompanying this. So there's something going on here that's really important to understand. So your reading has a lot of animals in it. And I mean, that's not too uncommon, but both of your tea leaf oracle cards have animals, and all of your oracle cards have animals in them. So we have this giant butterfly emerging. We have this moon, to the moon and back moon card, oracle card with these two birds. Let me show you more closely these two birds. And obviously also she's wearing a wing, a wing dress of a bird, from a bird. And then we have the rabbit and we have the dog. And we have just so many. We have cat, lion, this creature. We have all these animals, more birds, this bird skeleton. We have a ton of animals. So our animals, there's something important to you that I'm seeing about these animals. It seems that something really important to you is not coming clear to me right away. So let's just start at the beginning. Let's start in your recent past, the Sun card. Something, you're kind of grieving over something. You're looking into the past. This is you looking into the past and idolizing the past, and you are just feeling like the past can never ever be like the present and the future could never live up to the past. That your past is, that the best is behind you, that you'll never be able to recapture the feeling, the situation, the optimism, the whatever it is. You're looking at the past as something to be not just regretted, but also idolized, but also idealized. You're idealizing the past, but this card is actually telling you exactly what's going on. So you are having this vision of the past as this gorgeous, perfect thing, but the past was flawed, just like everything. It's just like, that was the past. That was the real past, this cracked clay, instead of this gorgeous marble. Things were not perfect, yet you are idolizing the past into perfection. What do we have here in the present? This is pretty self-explanatory once we took a good look at the past card, which is you consider the present to be missing a bunch of different things. You're missing something very significant, this piece, but your love interest, or maybe some other person in your life, let's say love interest, but if it's not a love interest, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a boss, whatever. This other person, you feel like they are missing almost everything. That there's something fundamentally wrong with them, and you can not even recognize them anymore. And seeing that person as whole and beautiful in the present is your work, because we're seeing, this is a huge message and theme here. You're looking into the past and seeing the person as perfect in the past, and now you are in the present seeing them as so flawed that they're just like basically useless. They're basically like, there's so much wrong with them, you can't even get started on the list because it's too overwhelming. Perfection in the past versus almost, abject failure now. And neither of these are true. The past wasn't perfect, and the present is not, this present person is not flawed like this. This present person is a person, and you might love the person, you might admire the person, you might, look up to the person, for instance, but they're neither perfect nor just completely flawed. And I'm not saying that exactly right. The thing is, pile number one is that you're idolizing this past version of them so much that you are seeing the present version as an abject failure. And you just taking both of these versions off the table for a moment, just as a person, you see this person as completely wonderful person, but they're neither perfect nor flawed. And you are, I mean, they're neither completely perfect nor completely flawed. They're just a person, and you might love the person, you might want to be with the person romantically, or you might want a good relationship if it's a family member or a boss or whatever. But your challenge is to see them differently. That's what these cards are saying. Your challenge is you have to see them differently. And what are you missing right now? You're missing the organs of sense. You're missing your brain, you're missing your eyes, you're missing your ears, you're missing your nose. You need to put your head back on your neck here so that you can reimagine this person as whole and complete. What we say in manifestation circles as you are changing the story of this person that you hold. You're changing the story you hold of this person. Very, very, very clear message. The near future, which is so interesting, is this Eight of Pentacles. And what do we have here? We have her sewing her own face. But this could be taken both ways. Remember this card, you're missing your head, you're missing your face, but so are they. They're missing their head. There's just some branches there underneath the missing puzzle pieces. So you're working hard at recreating you, and you're working hard at recreating them. And this is almost done. Like, the work is almost done. You look, the face is complete here. Maybe that's the last stitch. You've just set the last stitch, and you can now know that your work on changing your self-concept and your concept of this other person. So this work is complete in the near future. But then let's jump over here where there's some other work that is hidden from you that's been working and working, that someone else has been doing. And I think so let me do this one first. This is, position is advice. So obviously this Lover's card, we have two people with brand new faces being able to be open and wonderful with each other, and they're both showing their insides to each other. They're both showing what they're truly made out of, and they're accepting each other. It's a beautiful moment here in this Lover's card that each of these people is completely exposed to each other, and they're accepting each other just as they are, and they can both see each other's face very clearly. They don't have any secrets from each other. They don't have anything hidden. And that's what you've been working on, pile number one. You've been working on this so hard, and it comes to fruition here. Then we have this Five of Wands. and we have other faces. We have this face thrown to the ground. And we have an extra hand that, oh no, we don't have an extra hand. It's from here. Look, so her, oh gosh. So this is so full of symbolism here. So we have these two figures. Let me see. I want to like show you very closely, but also be able to have you see the whole thing. So this is as close as I can get it, so you can see the whole thing here. So I have so much to say about this. So she's missing her hand, and she's missing her entire head. What do you think? Like if somebody said, well, you can either lose your hand or lose your head. Most of us would say, okay, I'm going to lose my hand. I don't want to, but I'd rather lose my hand than my head, right? But this person lost her hand, and she's really angry. She's pissed, and she's looking at the person who lost her head in a very jealous and upset way. And her hand is on fire. All right, so this figure, she lost her entire head. Her entire face, her entire head is gone. Yet, she's got this pressure relief flame going, and she's completely fine and happy with what's going on. She's okay. She's okay with this. So what does this mean for us? Because we have a very big significance with these faces, you know, the idealized version, the, you know, looking away, not dealing with, you know, in the present, the not dealing with seeing this person in a new way, and saying like the advice is you need to see this person in a new light. You have to reimagine this person the way you want them to show up. And so what is happening here with this face thing, you might be busily working on making a new face, but now that we see this advice here, you see that this face that's being sewn here, this embroidery or whatever it is exactly the same as this one. They're the same face. So this advice is telling you that this has to be a radical transformation, that you have to go from this face that you normally have been wearing to observe this specific person, to hear them, to smell them, to talk to them, to perceive them, to think about them. And you have to change radically your entire story of them. And once you have, then you're completely at ease, no matter what. A little bit of change, a half-hearted change. Remember, I thought that this was a heart at the beginning? A half-hearted change where you're half-heartedly changing your perception of yourself, your story of yourself, and you're half-heartedly changing your story of this other person is not going to work. That's what the advice is. And only when you're truly both transformed in your eyes, and you're truly able to see yourself as precious enough and worthy enough to be exposed, everything about you completely exposed and completely wonderfully open, can this moment that you want happen. So now we come to this position. This is environment. This is 3D. This is anything in your environment. And I remember, you know, of course, before I turned over this card, I was saying it could be anything, you know, this, that, the other thing, and, you know, a building, a car, this, blah, blah. But this is a person. I mean, unless, and it could be more than one person, but there's definitely a person's thoughts and wishes and whatever behind this card in this position. There's some sort of strategy, there's some sort of trickery going on in your 3D, and it's coming out in this, what's helping you or hindering you, because we have a Tower moment, but we have this Seven of Pentacles, and I was getting the feeling of somebody working alongside, not alongside you, but in parallel to you as you're working on this. They're working on something as well. And so what does this mean? This means that if you're if you're doing something and you're really working at it and you're single-mindedly focused on it, how can I say it? If you're single-mindedly manifesting a new story, you're stitching away at it with your affirmations, with your this, you know, with whatever techniques, and your goal is to have this moment with your specific person, whoever this is. There's something you're forgetting. There's some sort of thing you are forgetting that you're neglecting, because you're giving up a lot of your power to whoever this is in your life that is, you see them as almost as powerful as you. You see them because you're the Eight of Pentacles, but they're the Seven of Pentacles. Look how concentrated they are on their wishes. You are concentrating on your wishes. They're concentrating on their wishes. You perceive them as potentially able to ruin things for you. You're giving them so much power. You're giving them so much power, pile number one, that you are convinced that they can ruin everything for you. Who is this? Is this a third party? Is this your specific person themselves? Is it your, you know, is it something in your environment, as in, you know, some circumstance, their friends, something, you're giving that thing, but I mean, I'm really feeling like it's a person more than a thing. You're giving that person or thing a lot of leeway, a lot of power to help you or hinder you, their choice. You're giving them all this power to say, if only they agree with me, if only they will do what I want them to, if only this, if only that, then everything will be okay. If not, if they decide against me, then everything's ruined for me. My whole life is crushed. That's what these cards are saying to us. The you know, the near future, and this what helps or hinders you, and hidden energies kind of thing. So what do we have with this seventh position here? The seventh position is right in line with the Oracle cards. So what do we have? We have the Queen of Wands, this manifestation card, and we have this swift movement, this potential, this movement, this focus, this energy going forward. And we also have this Five of Swords. So I'm seeing that you are letting this person, this thing, this obstacle that is in your head, you know what it is. I've given you some, you know, some examples of what it is, but you are even letting them, this person, this thing, color your perception of the final outcome, because the final outcome, you're thinking, oh, I can manifest this, I can have this thing I want, this relationship, this you know, better relationship with my boss, this romantic relationship, this better relationship with my family member, whatever it is. You're saying, you know, oh, I've got all this focus on it, I've got this forward movement, I've got all this stuff, but this other person, this circumstance might ruin it for me. This circumstance, I might be defeated. I still might be defeated. It's a very strong message. And what are our oracle cards telling us? I mean, the transformation is so clear. You have to transform your your story of yourself, and you have to transform the story of this specific person, whoever it is. And it's going to take you on a journey. It's taken you on a journey already. You've been working so hard at it, and it's just, you've been working. You feel like you've gone to the moon and back. You feel like this has taken forever sometimes, but you are, one of the things, okay, pleasure with a close friend is great, whatever, but I don't think that that's the message that we're supposed to take. So I'm going to hide it here. So, oops. So, the dog close up, this sounds funny, but this is a close up of you. This is you staring yourself in the, in the face, basically. You're just scrutinizing yourself and coming to the conclusions that you want. I'm not sure if that makes sense. You have to look at yourself rationally and look at your work that you've been doing to redefine who you are and to redefine who your specific person is. Just make sure that you are seeing all, just make sure that you are doing what you want, not letting your doubts creep in, not saying, oh, I, pile number one, am manifesting this person, but I, pile number one, am not sure if I can. I, pile number one, am not sure if this works. I, pile number one, am not sure if I can really change this person. I, pile number one, am not really sure that I am strong enough. So this close-up is saying, it's a close-up of you looking at you. And this rabbit, I don't know, all I can think of is just how cute it is and how it just brings so much happiness. So I guess that's it. So there is a lot of focus on work. But what do we have here that we have to do, that we have to strangle into submission? Nothing. We don't have to do something so hard that we make our lives all about just sitting in a room manifesting away. Do we want to sit in a dark room and manifest our life away? No. We want to go out and live. We want to go out and have fun. We want to go and do things that are fun and cute and wonderful and make us happy. We don't want to end up like this person who lost her hand but is pissed. Excuse me. But we want to be like this person who lost her entire old self-concept. And she's now this brand new, beautiful, clean flame. And now she did a half-hearted self-concept change. She only changed part of herself, and now it's burning, and she's lost her hand, and she's way far behind, even though she put in a lot of effort. She went like all in, and she totally lost her head, redid her entire self-concept, and she is the one who is ahead, and all of her work has made a huge change in herself. Look at all these beautiful things. So in the end, this potential final outcome, pile number one, is your power is yourself. Your power is in yourself, and it's up to you to keep this. This is the card that you want. You want to see your other person as exactly who you want them to be, and you want to have them see you exactly as you are. You want to be unfiltered. You want to be completely exposed and have zero secrets. Well, I mean, figuratively. You want them to see you as you and to love you or respect you, or you know, whatever kind of relationship this is. If it's a boss, you want them to respect you fully. If it's a love relationship, you want them to love you fully. If it's, you know, whatever kind of relationship it is, you fill in the blank here. And you want to see them as they are, and you want to accept them. You know, you want to see them and accept them and have changed who they are, and to change your perception of them so they show up for you exactly as you want them to be. And you want this moment but I shouldn't say but. You want this moment, and your advice is go all in, change your self-concept, change your concept of them. Don't give away your power. And don't forget to have fun, and don't sit in a room all day affirming. Don't sit in a room all day affirming. Live your life, have fun, have wonderful things. And the emergence of this new life, of this new you, is exactly what is in store for you. So this is your reading, pile number 1. Thank you for being here. I know you enjoyed this reading. It was a wonderful reading as usual. So many intense messages. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and comments. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future readings. And I know I'll see you very soon. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You picked this card, number 27, the Gardener. What a cute card, as usual. And to go along with this are these 2 crystals. This is the green Aventurine hexagonal point. And this is the green Aventurine heart. And we're going to put these up here. And here's this card. And we are going to take one more card from this oracle deck that we chose this initial card from. Go wake it up. We want one more card. And then we have the 2 piles of tea leaves, and I'm going to, that's funny. There's this one. And then we have this pile. Let's wake up the deck. This month wants to be here. Very curious. So let's see what this oracle card is. Number 7, Pure Nature. They go very well together. All right, this one is Pig, Beware of Greed. How funny. Pig is rooting around. And February. Didn't this just come out? I think this came out last week as well for me, for us. And it's February. If you're, you know, it's February. If you're watching this right after I make it, or right after I post it, it's February. So very interesting. All right, so I have 3 tarot decks. This one is the first one. I'm going to pull 4 cards from this one. So these 2. And this one. And this one. We have this deck. I'm going to pull 3 from here. We already know what that one is. How exciting. We have this one. And we have this one. There we go. And we're going to pull 2 cards from this one. 2 or 3. I don't know which ones want to come out here. Because we had 3 in the last reading. So I was wondering if 3 wanted to come out this time. All right, what do we have here? This is the first card, and this position, there's three positions right here. There's the past, which is the recent past, the present moment, and the near future. So let's see what we have. This is the recent past. The 10 of Cups. Wow. Wish fulfillment. So something really good happened to you in the recent past. Either that or you're very much idolizing the recent past, kind of like how, I'm wondering if it's a little bit similar to what happened in the first reading in pile number 1. This is the present moment. The Ace of Cups, new beginning. Interesting that you have 2 cups already. This is, as I said, this is the near future. The Moon. Look at this. I'm going to show you this detail here. She loves the moon so much. She's admiring it so much. And then this card is position 4. This is advice. Let's see what it has to tell us. The 5 of Wands. This came out in the last reading. Very interesting. So this next card is the 3D card. It's something in the 3D. It could be a person, it could be a group of people, it could be a place, it could be a natural phenomenon like the weather, it could be an object, it could be anything, something in the 3D. The King of Swords, this is the one that was really hopping out for us. Kind of like a crow, kind of hopping across the field. It's interesting that it comes right up next to the pig because of the beware of greed. All right, so there's 2 cards for the next position. Position 6 is in something that's either helping you or hindering you, and it's usually at least partially hidden from you. Let's see what's here. The 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords. There's a thought bubble with a butterfly, and this one has a speech bubble with the sun. And there's the second card for this position, the 4 of Swords. So this card has the sun, this one has the moon and the star. Now we have this final position, position 7, is an offered final outcome. An final outcome that could happen depending on what you do. Let's see. We have the sun. We have the sun here, and we have the Hanged Man. And we have the Lovers. I'm calling it the Lovers, but it's the 2 of Cups, but it's a very much romantic love card. So give me a second. I'm going to rearrange these so we can see them all. All right, pile number 2. I'm really seeing a strong message for you. It's similar to what I saw in pile number 1. It's so funny how these messages tend to be kind of the same sometimes within readings. This is your present moment, the Ace of Cups. You are renewing. This is you and your self-concept. This is you this figure. And this is the cup that you are drinking from to change your self-concept. This is you drinking from the cup of new self-concept. This is you wanting your insecurities to be quenched. You're wanting your fears to be quenched. You're wanting your doubts. Your doubts are huge. You're wanting your doubts to be quenched by this cup. But will you ever quench those doubts and fears? You can't quench your doubts and fears by externally taking this cup. Meaning, this is really kind of deep here. You can't change your circumstances. You can't consciously manifest by trying to drink the cup of the 3D. You can't consciously manifest by taking something or doing something to the 3D and putting your attention on the 3D being changed. You have to actually take that cup and figuratively put it inside you. That cup has to be filled up from inside you. She has to take that cup and she has to internalize it so that whenever she wants something, some validation, she's been trying to quench her fears, her doubts, her worries, whatever. She's been trying to quench it in the 3D. She's been trying to look to the 3D for answers, for affirmation of work being done. She's been trying to see things differently by drinking the cup of the 3D, but she has to instead internalize the cup and drink from it from within. So that's your present moment. And that means you have this, so it's interesting, you have this 10 of Cups, this moon, and this sun. They're very linked here, but you have in the recent past, you've been idolizing something from the recent past. Is it a job? Is it a romantic relationship? Is it some other circumstance? Whatever it is, or maybe several things, you've been idolizing, you've been romanticizing what's happened in the recent past. And you're allowing a lot of fear and doubt and how can I say this? Not just fear and doubt, but fear and doubt and a kind of almost hopelessness inject itself into your vision of the future. Because what do we have? We only have the present moment. So from your present moment, you're seeing the past as this idolized, this just glorified version of itself. You are worrying about the future and bringing doubt and fear into the future. And you've been actually in the present moment looking to the 3D to reassure yourself. But what does all this have to, what's common among all three of these? It's this you, pile number 2, you are the common denominator. So what's going to have to happen? You're going to have to go within and see that your present, admit that your present changes your future, and that you can look into yourself to say what's going to happen. Your present moment and your present self determines what happens for you in the future. So you drink the cup from within yourself, not the cup from outside yourself. And that's how you get your not affirmations, your what am I trying to say here? The cup that resides inside yourself is how you get your, what am I saying? Why am I blanking on this word? Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't remember this word. It's assurance. I was trying to think of the word assurance. It's the cup within yourself is how you get your assurance, your reassurance, how you get your strength, how you get your certitude that things are going to work the way you want them to. And you know what? You don't have to be 100% sure all the time, but you do have to keep your mental diet. And what she's been doing, this is the you of the present, what she's been doing, what you might have been doing is doing your affirmations and then drinking the cup of the 3D to see if it's working yet. Has this turned from water to wine? Let me take a sip. Nope, still water. Let me do more affirmations. Is the 3D changed from water to wine? Let me take a sip. Nope, still water. So you're just stuck in this endless cycle. So let's see, this 5 of Wands, this is advice. This is exactly the same position that this card was in the last reading. Isn't that funny? And so it's kind of telling me the exact same thing. Now this, if you were asked, pile number 2, would you like to lose your hand or your head? You would probably say, well, I don't want to lose my hand, but I'd rather lose my hand than my entire head. So this figure has lost her hand, and this figure has lost her head. But this figure is kind of upset and pissed and resentful of this figure. This figure lost her head. And what is this? This is her old self-concept. She threw away her old self-concept. And now she's burning this bright, clean flame instead of this old self-concept. And she is self-assured. She knows where she's going now. Everything is great. And she only threw away a little bit of her old self-concept. You know, Neville has this lecture where he says that you have to purchase the pearl of great price. And what is the pearl of great price? It is the belief in the power of manifestation, of conscious manifestation. And you have to throw away anything else, any belief in anything else, so that you can fully believe in the power of conscious manifestation. And what is this? What has this woman done? She has not bought the pearl of great price. She's only thrown away one hand, and doesn't have success. What's this woman done? She's bought the pearl of great price. She's thrown out her old self-concept, and now she has a new self-concept, and she's ready to take on the world. So this position is the 3D. What do we have here? This is a very interesting card, the King of Swords. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come back to this because this is so, I'm not sure yet. But you know, it's linked to this Pig card and maybe even this February card. So that we're going on to this. Maybe the King of Swords will be clearer to me as I go forward. So this is something that is either helping you or hindering you, and something that's a little hidden from you, at least a little hidden from you, if not all hidden from you for right now. We have this 4 of Swords and the 6 of Swords. They're very close. The 4 of Swords is like a rest, contemplation. The 6 of Swords is leaving behind an old situation. This one This is you leaving behind the old situation. This is the old situation. This is your old self-concept. This is your old concept of the world. This is your old concept of what you're able to accomplish. But this is you. This little passenger, this little stuffed bear is you. But this is also you. These are both different aspects of you. So pile number 2, you're still idolizing the past here. Remember here, you're idolizing, you are just remembering the past as if it is just too perfect and you're never going to attain something like that again. We see this in the recent past and the present. We're still seeing it here in this position. You're looking behind at this rock in the middle of this ocean with these 6 rusty swords, and you're still idolizing it. You're seeing it. You're seeing the reality. 6 rusty swords, an isolated rock, the stormy sea. And you're imagining that it is a beautiful butterfly garden. That's what you're looking at. This is what you're looking, this is a reality that you're looking at. This is what you think it is. We don't want that anymore. We don't want that anymore. You have to go full hog, not half hog. Like whole hog, not half hog. You have to completely throw out this conception of yourself, but you also have to completely throw out this conception of the past. It's not that it wasn't lovely, it had some lovely things, but to hold the past in such high regard that you can't think, that you can't imagine that you will ever be that happy again, or ever have that love again, or ever have that success again. That's just completely untrue, and you're seeing the past completely falsely. So what is this other aspect of yourself? This other aspect of yourself is wholly concentrating on the future, looking at it with a laser focus and saying, this is my sun, this is my goal, I can do anything. And so who do you think I'm going to tell you that you should emulate? This little stuffed bear that's deluding themselves about what the past represents, or this little winged dragon dolphin thing that is committed to flying exactly where they want to. I want you to be the dragonfly, dragon, dolphin thing. And you can carry along this little stuffed bear part of yourself. It's not like you have to throw it into the ocean, but you can tell this little stuffed bear part of yourself, no, stuffed bear part of myself, no, I am worthy of having all the best things. I had something in the past, it didn't work out, I lost it, but that doesn't mean I can't have it again. I can have it again. That's what you have to keep telling this little bear part of yourself until it believes, until it turns its attention with the rest of you to the future. That's what you have to do. You have to turn this bear's attention to the future instead of having its daydreams lost in the past, where it's making it's seeing the past in such an ideal light that it's keeping this longing for it, this heartache for it. If you haven't seen my subconscious reading of a few days ago, you might want to check that out, because there's some similar messages there. This is your subconscious, and this is your conscious thoughts. So what this Four of Swords is saying, you might need to kind of take a moment, take some time, maybe take a rest from the content. If you watch a lot of content, manifestation content, a lot of tarot readings, maybe you need to take a break from it. and go within. So what do we have here in this resolution? Oh, I forgot to mention, we have boisterous growth as our theme, and that is so appropriate because look at these two oracle cards. We have all this growth and blossoming, and what do we have in this February is you just being hugely successful. This resolution, this position is a resolution that is offered to you, and look at this just gorgeous outcome. It's interesting to me because the Four of Swords and the Hanged Man are right above and below each other. This Four of Swords rest, kind of contemplation, is flowing into the future. You're doing it now. This is your present. This is your present conscious and subconscious mind, and what you're doing. What the thing you have to do to help turn this bare subconscious mind's eyes toward the front is go within. Really go within. Concentrate. Don't strangle anything. Like, meaning don't strangle any doubts, don't strangle any fears. If you just strangle them and try to shut them up, they're still going to be there, just kind of like bubbling away in the background. You want to change them by replacing the thoughts that you don't want with the thoughts you do want. So that is flowing into the future, but in a way that is much more active. It's kind of funny to talk about a hanged man as being active. So what you are doing, you're going to have to keep doing in the future. You are going to have to go within when you notice something like this, when you notice your subconscious mind looking towards something else while your conscious mind wants to concentrate on a totally different thing. You need to recognize this, and you need to go within and change that with replacing the thoughts that your subconscious mind is having with new thoughts. And what this is saying is that this technique is going to serve you well, and you will do it in the future. And what else is happening in the future besides you consciously manifesting is you have a beautiful pairing for this romantic love relationship card. As I said, this is not the Lovers card, but it's the closest you get to a romantic love card in the deck. This is the Two of Cups, and then this is the Sun card. Such a beautiful pairing, such a gorgeous pairing, such a you're getting everything you want pairing, it's if this is a relationship that you're idolizing in the past, this Ten of Cups, that you're looking back there and saying, oh, I had this person, I had the perfect relationship and I lost it. Well, this pairing is going to either be the re-emergence of this relationship better than before, or it's going to be a new relationship better than the last one. It's just a beautiful pairing. And why is it beautiful? Because you have taken the time to make sure that your subconscious mind and your conscious mind are focusing on the same thing. They're both, this bear's eyes have turned front and it is staring at the sun just like your conscious mind. And now the only thing we have left is this King of Swords. This is the environment. This is the 3D. And I guess this is your specific person. I'm guessing this is your specific person. And it looks like this is a love relationship. This specific person, you're seeing them as cold, as uncaring, as even working against you as having their own agenda that has nothing to do with you. But this card is reminding you that this person, your real specific person, is wise and kind, and they love you. That is the reality. And we have one more time, I'm going to pick up this card and show it to you, that this subconscious mind looking at the past with disappointment and imagining something that wasn't there, imagining something way better than the reality, while this conscious mind is looking to the future and saying, I'm going to make it sun. It's not sunny right now, it's cloudy and rainy and stormy, but I am thinking of the sun, and I am going forward with the full and complete belief that I will see the sun out. And the sun is your manifestation, of course. And what do we have? This Piggy, you see also, some of you might be seeing your specific person as somebody greedy, as somebody terrible, as somebody just with a lot of terrible qualities, to tell you the truth, pile number 2. Terrible qualities. Both of these are your specific person having not nice qualities. I'm not going to go into this again, but keep in mind, the bear subconscious, you need to turn its head so it will start looking toward the reality that you want to create, that you are creating. You don't want to create it, you are creating it. This is your reading, pile number 2. This was a beautiful reading, and you know, again, this February card, this is all very immediate. The whole thing, not just this past, present, future. The whole thing is very immediate, very in the moment. So thank you so much for coming to this reading, for sharing it with me, for watching. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future readings. And thank you for all the likes and shares and comments. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you soon. Bye. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose this card number 23, the gift. And with this card, I'll put it down here, you chose these 2 crystals. You chose this clear crystal with hexagonal point shape, and you also chose this red Jasper with the white patch oval. So I'm going to put these here, and this is here, and along with this card is the theme Sly Chivalry. All right, pile number 3, we have this oracle deck, which this came from, so we're going to take 1 card from here. And we have 2 piles of tea leaves, and I'm going to take 1 from each. This one. And I'm going to take this. Whoa. They're so squirrely, these little tea leaves. So let's see what we have. We have 18 treasured memories. Beautiful card. And we have grapes. Time to go out and have fun. Awesome. These go well together. So you're going to create new treasured memories. And camel. Persevere and you will overcome problems. Oh my God. Did anybody else read this and hear Neville's voice? Persevere. Persevere, and you will overcome problems. Oh, I love how Neville speaks. He says, persevere. All right. So we have 3 decks. I'm going to take 4 cards from this one. Let's shuffle this one more time. And we'll take this one. And persevere. I'm going to take 3 from this one. I love Neville. This one. This one. Oh, this one. Actually, this one. They both wanted to come out. And then I'm going to take 2 from this. Here's our big stack of cards. So here's our first card, and this first position is the recent past, because the first 3 positions are past, present, and near future. So recent past, present moment, near future. So this is the recent past. Ooh, the 9 of Swords. Something happened in your recent past, pile number 3. You're really going to need these fun and treasured memories and gift and overcoming problems. This is the present moment. The Hermit. That makes sense. There's something that happened in the past that you are really dealing with in the present moment. This is the near future. The Fool, a new beginning, new hope, and new beautiful beginning. And what is this one? This is position 4 is advice. The King of Cups. He has, his heart is symbolized by a cup, a red cup. Very interesting. All right, so we have 2 cards for this position. This is the environment. This is the 3D. So this could be a person, it could be a group of people, it could be a place, it could be a natural phenomenon like the weather, it could be anything in the 3D. Let's see what it is. 3 of Wands. Somebody or something is looking forward, looking out, ready to act. Ooh, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Remember I said ready to act, but this is the slowest knight in the deck. So it's not a fast action, it is a slower action. All right, we have 2 more positions. This is the 6th position. This is something that might help you, something that might hinder you, and whatever it is something that is usually at least partially hidden from you. The Chariot. So it's interesting, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is slow movement, and we have, forward movement, but slower. And we have the Chariot, which is the potential of just really surging forward. The Mentor, this is the Hierophant. The Mentor, this is the Hierophant card, but it's just called the Mentor on this deck. Do you see that this person, this figure, has a door in its torso? All right, so we have 2 cards for our final position, which is a resolution, an ending, this circumstance, of this journey here, of this thing that's happening, that's offered to you, that is a potential. So we have the Eight of Swords, very interesting. This is special Eight of Swords. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. How interesting. So look, hold on. I'm going to find the Chariot from this deck. Hold on a second. All right, so we have this Chariot card, and we have this too. So we have these two Sphinxes that are on the Chariot, and we have the Sphinx on the Chariot, on the Wheel of Fortune here. Oops, the light was kind of reflecting off it. So I wanted to show you the similarities, because we have this other Chariot. So I'm gonna just put it here. You'll see this, just so you can see the similarities of the two cards more apparent. You know, it's more, make it more apparent to you. So this is like the biggest thing I'm seeing here right at the beginning, is that some huge, to you, seeming tragedy, some betrayal, some disappointment, it doesn't even have to be external, pile number 3. It could be some huge disappointment within yourself, something that you kind of got crushed with, something that derailed you, something that really made you doubt, made you fear. And it's recently happened. It happened recently. It could have been in the 3D, it could have been internally, it could have been something, just something happened. And it's coloring everything here, but it's most easily jumping from the first position to the 7th, the last position, the final position, because very similar energy here. Look at this, very similar energy. You're still feeling stuck. These swords, this thing that happened to you in your past, you're wanting to bring into the future. You're like, okay, I hated what happened here, but it's affected me so much that I'm going to keep bringing these swords with me into the future. No, stop that, pile number 3. No more. We're going to stop that right now. It sounds logical until you actually say it out loud. These memories, this thing that happened in my past, I want to carry these swords with me and plant them into the future and see if they grow. No, don't do it. And that's why we got this treasured memories. That's why we got this time to go out and have fun. That's why we got this persevere, and you will overcome problems. All right? Because you need to change your focus, pile number 3. That's what this whole reading is saying. Change your focus. No more carrying swords forward that hurt you, that are in the process of hurting you still because you're concentrating on them. Time to go out and have fun. Time to go forward. Time to be the pile number 3 that you know that you are. Turning your back on this. So the present is turning your back on this and rediscovering what you, pile number 3, want to be. You are looking deeply into your own eyes. Do you know what mirror work is? Saying your affirmations to yourself in your mirror. Saying very positive affirmations to yourself while looking at yourself. It's very, people that like it, it's a very meaningful practice. Maybe try it and affirm wonderful things to yourself, pile number 3. Wonderful things. That's the whole thing. That's the whole message for us. We start out with this thing in the past. We don't want to take it in the future. Boop. That's what's supposed to happen here. Boop. Boop. No more. That's what our message is. So I'm going to turn them over just for now. Just for now. And then we're going to forget about it. After this reading, you're going to forget about it. Forget about it. So the Hermit is our present moment. And what's for our near future? This Fool card. And look at how... Oh, this is such a funny card. Such a funny card. And these cards are so perfect to illustrate this point, pile number 3. Look, this is a very pensive card, this Hermit card. It's a very, not just meaningful, it's a very, not ominous, but very portentous card. Look at the clouds are all foreboding. The branches are bare. She's staring off into her own eyes. The colors are somber. I mean, yeah, she has a little bit of lavender, but like overall it's a very somber looking card, right? She has to look into her own eyes and confront herself. What's the next thing? That's you, of course. What's this next thing? Party time. Look at, she's just tripping the light fantastic. She's got a bell. She's making music. She has these... What are they? What are these little creatures? This is little... I don't know what this is supposed to be. Some unknown dinosaur. And this other little creature is like little demon dog. She's partying. She's got her admirers have her on the pedestal. They're bringing her love notes. They're bringing her wine. They're sending her their little love letters as paper airplanes. I know this is the tile, but doesn't it look, if you look at it like this, doesn't it look kind of like a half of a paper airplane? So that's what I'm going with. It's like you have done the work and you are now back to where you wanted to be before this thing happened. This thing that you're carrying with you in your heart, in your mind. No more pile number 3. So then what is this? King of Cups. This is advice. This is telling us, it's an interesting juxtaposition to pile number 2, because this is another person coming to you. You see all of these admirers here trying to get your attention with their blandishments, their love notes, their fine bottles of wine that they're bringing you, their admiring visits. They're coming to take you out. They're coming to profess their love. Well, one of them is the person you want. Your specific person is coming to you with their heart in their cup. And what are they doing with this heart in their cup? They're offering it to you to drink. They're offering their heart to you wholly and completely and fully. That's what's happening here. And your advice is to do the work here in the present moment. Your present moment is all you have, pile number 3. To do the work, to see yourself as you truly are, and to see that person as they truly are, which is the way you want them to be, and therefore transform your story of them so that they show up exactly the way you want them. Treasured memories, time to go out and have fun. Persevere. A la Neville. Persevere. Doesn't that look like a... Oh no, it looks like a piece of toast. I just have to say, it looks like a camel and a toaster. Doesn't that look like a toaster? Look, there's two slices and then the end slice going into the toaster. Call me crazy. Sorry. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know what that has to do with it. I don't know what toast has to do with anything. But a true transformation of your story of yourself and your story of this SP that's coming back to you, that's, you know, transforming. Your present moment is the only place you can do it, because that's the only moment we have, is the present moment. So it's interesting, all of this forward movement here that we have. We have this looking forward. We have this slow but steady movement, and we have this just potential for true, just driving forward transformation. And what does all this mean? It means that everything is stemming. This entire reading, the focus card here is this moment. This moment that you have with yourself. It's the only moment you have, is this present moment that you confront yourself, not in a confrontation. I shouldn't say confront. Not confront as in confrontation, but confront as in face. You face yourself with all your barriers down. And that's more difficult than it sounds. It's not funny. It's like, of course I have all my barriers down. I'm me. But there's a you, there's the surface you, and then there's the underneath you. And, you know, you can say as the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Your conscious thoughts, your conscious mind are your surface thoughts, you know, your pretty deep thoughts, whatever, but your subconscious is what is really driving this desire to bring these terrible memories into the future. You know what's between these? You know what's dividing this and this? Is treasured memories. The treasured memories is going to sever this connection between these two. So this will happen. You know how, and also I think this toast thing is really coming to coming to fruition, because what does a toaster do? It transforms bread to toast. It's a total transformation. People don't, I mean, toast is made from bread, but there's bread and then there's toast. They're two different things, and a toaster transforms it. So funny. So we have looking forward and going for it. You are looking forward, or no, this is others. This is someone outside of you. Of course, this is this King of Cups figure. They, you know, they are deciding that they're coming toward you. But we all know who's deciding that. It's you. You are the one who's deciding it. You're consciously manifesting them to do what you want. Pile number 3. But they're doing it. And don't be discouraged. Don't be upset. Don't doubt if it is slow, because it's got this Knight of Pentacles, which is slow but steady progress, forward progress, slow but steady forward progress. I think that's why we're being encouraged here to go out and have fun, persevere, treasured memories. Like the treasured memories card is not just remembering things, it's going out and making new ones. You don't have to sit in the room and manifest away. You can go out, you have fun, engage with others, have a great time. And conscious manifestation is not instantaneous. Most of the time, you just concentrate on what you desire to be, and you persevere. So we have this Chariot and this Mentor. This is something that's either helping you or hindering you. And I'm just like, this is totally helping you. There's no, this combination is very interesting. There's a lot of control here. There's a lot of control. There's a lot of mind power. There's a lot of willpower. So this position here, what's helping you or hindering you, this is you. This is back to you. This is your SP, you know, this is your King of Cups figure coming toward you slowly but steadily. And you know, looking towards you and making their way back to you. This is you. This is you persevering. This is you using your willpower, using everything. If you're like me, pile number 3, you have consumed a lot of content. This is you reading your Neville. This is your YouTube. This is the door to YouTube where you've watched dozens or hundreds of videos. And now it's time for you. You notice you're not looking at the book anymore. You're not watching your YouTube belly button. You're not navel gazing the YouTube algorithms anymore. You are looking out into your future. You have consumed all this content, and now you are putting it into practice. You've consumed the content. Now you put it into practice. This is your willpower, pile number 3. And what are you doing with your willpower? You are surging forward. You are going exactly in the way you want. You are directing you're directing the direction. I know I'm using directing and direction. You're directing the direction of your life, which sounds funny, but that's what you're doing. You are using your willpower to direct your life. And then we come to the offered outcome. And we already know, I've talked about this already. If you really do this work, all this work here, pile number 3, you can sever the connection between the 9 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. Done, done, done. And I wanted to remind, you know, the theme of this reading is sly chivalry, okay? Sly chivalry, what is happening here? There's little offerings. They're like, you are, as I said, you're tripping the light fantastic here. You're just traipsing along, being your gorgeous self. And all your admirers are slyly giving you their little gifts, and you're on the pedestal. You are on the pedestal, clearly. They're below you. You're on the pedestal. And who put you there? They did not put you on the pedestal. You stepped up there. You stepped up onto the pedestal by yourself. And therefore, when they see you, you are already, when they perceive you, you are already on the pedestal. So they have to look up at you. And that's great. You're on the pedestal. And so, what is the meaning? Why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing it up to remind us of this, first of all, I'm bringing it up to remind us of the theme of this reading, but also this position here, which is an offered resolution. We want to go from this to this. We want to go from this to this. We want to go from this to this. We want to go from this to this, which is, which is a revolving. What goes down must come up. What goes up must come down. And what is the opposite of this? It's what your heart desires. It's your being loved. This is the terrible thing that happened. And the opposite of the terrible thing that happened is the wonderful thing that happened. The opposite of the terrible memories is the treasured memories. The opposite of the dwelling in disaster memories is going out and having fun. It is, it's not really opposite, but what is the transformation of bread? It's toast. I don't know. Comment down below if you get my bread toast thing going on. What's the opposite of stagnation? What's the opposite of stagnation is forward movement, surging forward, planning and going. What's that? The opposite of this is everything you're seeing. Such a clear reading. And what is all this? This is the gift that you are giving yourself. This person, she's giving a gift to this swan here. She's holding this umbrella over the swan. That's a beautiful gift. But she's keeping the biggest gift for herself, and that is her belief and her certitude that she is the person she wants to be. She's the loved person. She's the successful person. She's the wealthy person, whatever you want. And she's wrapped this gift and she's given it to herself. This is a great reading, pile number 3. I know that you enjoyed this reading. It's amazing reading. I love it. I didn't know where it was going at first. I was wondering what it came to. Basically, it came together so beautifully. And I know that you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for joining me. Please know that I love all of the comments and the shares and the likes that you give to my videos. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe so you don't miss any future readings. I know I'll see you very soon. Thank you. Bye. Bye.